Hey, it's Brent with the Downing Group. This week we're going to talk about mortgage rates and what's going on with this industry lately. Hey, welcome back to the channel. I'm Brent Downing, the owner and broker of the Downing Group at Keller Williams. And this week we have a special guest, Brian Prahl, the president and owner of Palmetto Mortgage Group out of Lexington, South Carolina. He's a lender and they're a company that we use quite a bit. Referring our clients to, and I thought, let's just get a refresher on what's going on with the mortgage business. So, from a 30,000 foot view, Brian, give our audience what's going on. I mean, it's crazy lately.
Yeah, no, it's been absolutely nuts in a positive way for us as an industry and in real estate in general. We, COVID hit back in the beginning of the year, and we had a lot of turmoil that was going on, and then it settled out a little bit in March, April, and rates have come down to historic all-time lows. I mean, we're seeing 30-year fixed rates in the mid-twos. Wow. So for that to be the case is nuts for us. And so we have been, refinancing a lot of people, and then on top of that, you throw in, people working from home in quarantine type situations, and people are realizing, if I'm going to be stuck here, I might want to upgrade my housing situation. Sure. And so, we've been doing a lot of purchase business as well, and it's just been an all-around great year for the mortgage and real estate industry.
So I think everybody, if you've watched or follow the industry at all, you know that rates are at pretty much all-time lows, but I didn't realize 2.5 on a 30-year fix. So I guess on
some situations,
on a 15-year, it's
lower. The margins are a little bit different, so you're going to be in the low twos on a 15.
2.125 or however those work. Okay.
Yep.
So I know everybody's wondering what's going to happen with the new administration, the Biden thing, and all that. You have any opinion on that?
I do.
What would your guess be?
I tell people often, if I had a crystal ball, I wouldn't be in mortgages. I would be retired on the beach somewhere. But everything that I read and all the data that we are gathering points to rates staying low for an extended period of time.
Okay.
You're seeing. I don't think the administration in itself will have any effect on real rates. What we need is an economic recovery. And with COVID having a resurgence now, we are expecting rates to stay low for a long period of time through 2021.
Okay.
And so that's good and bad. I mean, it's bad for the overall general health of the economy, but good if you are a homeowner because you can take advantage of historic low interest rates.
Yeah, I mean, so for example, if you already own a home and your rates anywhere north of 3.5, would you say?
3.5 or higher, we would probably take a look at it.
They usually do like a percent is kind of if you can get a percent lower, depending on what your closing costs and all that are.
That's a traditional school of thought. To take that a step further, though, what we do is look at the overall general situation and say, okay, cool, if we can reduce your rate enough that you will recoup the fees with payment reduction in the amount of time that you're going to be in the home, it likely makes sense to look at it.
Yeah.
And so that could be 0.5% if you owe $500,000.
Right.
It could be 1.5% if you owe $75,000.
Sure.
So it's a little bit varying, but that's why I would say call a lender, whether it's us or somebody else you trust, and have them take a look at your situation.
Yeah, I mean, I personally have refied a couple of times on houses in the past, and I just look at, okay, what are the costs to do that? How long will it take me to pay those costs back? How many months? And if you're 3.5 or more, you're probably not looking at more than, a year or two to pay it back. I don't know.
A lot of situations that is the case. Yeah.
Right. So, in terms of 1%, what would a percent difference make on your normal mortgage, a $250,000 mortgage, for example?
On a $250,000 mortgage, there's some variance to it, but usually around $130 to $150. A lot of it depends on how long you've had the loan.
Yeah.
And so some people are saying, I've been in the house for 6 years, so I'm going to refinance on a 30-year term again. It extends the term, so you might see $250 or $300 in payment reduction.
Right.
What we would do is take a look at, all right, how much can we save you on a 30? Or a 25-year term, or does it make sense to go to a 20 or a 15 to pay it off sooner so you save more interest over the long term?
Yeah. So, I think the key that I heard was call your lender. Call him or his group to figure out all this. See it on paper. That to me is the big deal. The other thing, too, is I see all these, commercials for national people, and we can save you all this money. But man, I'll tell you what, I have way better experience, and not just in cost and price, but service and reliability going local, right? Tell us why.
Sure.
Why should we stay local?
Well,
What did I
a
miss?
number of reasons that you mentioned in there. One, a lot of people like big box or go to big box type lenders because they see the ads and they assume that it's the best price. That isn't the case. We're beating Rocket Mortgage, which is the biggest lender in America, by a half point in interest rate consistently across the board right now.
Right.
But in addition to that, we're vested in the community, and so if we screw up,
Yeah.
you can come to my office and
Yeah,
kick it on my doorstep.
Exactly.
and
They have skin
ruin
in
my
the
business.
game.
Skin in the game. Yeah.
I mean, you have to think about it. All these ads you see on national TV, they cost a lot of money. So, they have to build that into their, what they charge you. So it makes sense.
And most of those, and this is not all big box lenders. Most big box lenders hire loan officers that are young, inexperienced, and then pay them low amounts of money. And so you don't get any consultative
Yeah,
approach
right.
to it. You get somebody who's checking a box instead of saying, "Hey, let me look at your financial situation. Let's figure out the best strategy for you to accumulate the maximum amount of wealth going forward." It's not just an interest rate. There's a lot of different
Yeah.
factors that go into
Yeah.
what mortgage you should get.
Right, right. Well, great. That's great information. I appreciate you stopping by. I know you're busy and you got a lot going on. So we appreciate you helping us and our clients. I mean, they have done a great job for us, and I would highly recommend them. And if you want to reach them, Brian, tell them how to get a hold of you.
Yeah, our website is palmettomtg.com. So for Palmetto Mortgage Group, it's palmettomtg.com. And feel free to call me on my cell phone. It's 803-348-0975.
Yeah, and we'll put that information in the email that's attached to this video. So, hey, thanks very much. If you have any other questions, non-mortgage related, give us a call or DM us on our Facebook page here at the Downing Group. Have a great week. We'll talk to you next time.